Hello everybody, my name is Raivo, and I work for the company also Latvia, actually. I'm the product manager of IBM Solution Sales. Yeah? And today I would like to tell you about cloud solutions for mobile device security and management. First of all, I would want to shortly introduce our company. So also is the leading European distributor of information technologies, services and products. We are basically selling hardware and software. Currently we are operating in 13 countries, and we are a leading company in 7 of them, including Latvia. And then IBM is one of our, so to say, one of the most important and focused brands. To begin with, I would like to start with some facts about mobility and to justify why this enterprise mobility thing is starting to be increasingly hot topic. One of the reasons is that Business Insider predicts that by the year 2020, we will be already having 3.4 billion devices shipped worldwide. This is especially interesting because we reached 1 billion devices only last year. Yeah. So also 61% of workers admit that they work at least half of the time outside of their workplace. Another fact is that already today more than one third of the global internet traffic is generated by the mobile devices. Another factor related more to the enterprise mobility market is that it is estimated that by the end of 2015, globally corporations will spend $168 billion for enterprise mobility solutions. And another thing which relates to enterprise mobility is that market grew by 72% if compared to 2014 to 2015. Yeah? So this is increasing market worldwide. So I want to tell you a little bit about the fears what security officers are having regarding mobility. Here are some facts which I found on one of the leading security vendor sites, and they were. I brought 3 of them. There were a little bit more. One of the fears is that business and personal worlds of mobility in the mobile devices are colliding. What this means, if you let your employee to access your corporate data from their device, for example, emails or files, later they go home and give the same device to the children. What happens? Children basically sometimes install the applications from untrusted sources. They usually don't look at the permissions that they are giving to the application. So this leads sometimes to the threat that we can inject our phone with the malware. Another fear is that fear of applications. Yeah, like I mentioned, of the injecting malware. We never know which sources are trusted. I myself, I know I sometimes don't look at all the permissions that I'm giving to the applications. And another fear which comes from security officers is the horde of unmanaged devices. This means that if, for example, your company has hundreds or maybe 1,000 devices and you don't have any solutions in place to manage devices, enforce security, etc., etc., this can lead to big risks that you can have your data leaked from your company. Obviously this leads to the need to implement some sort of solution to manage your devices, enforce security, and to make your corporate data much safer. Here is a quick recap about the history and strategy of IBM in enterprise mobility management solutions. So in late 2013, IBM acquired FiberLink with its solution MAS 360. Which was at the time one of the leading solutions, and it still is. Yeah. Later, IBM moved MAS to its software cloud service and also introduced on-prem deployment, which is very crucial for our region because we are still having that sort of fear of cloud solutions, and sometimes financial institutions and other for example, security institutions are not trusting cloud, or they are not allowed to use cloud solutions at all because of the legislation. And the latest news from IBM regarding this mobility solutions was that Mass is currently undergoing rebranding, and in the future it will be called Mobile First Protect. Despite currently we are using both names in the marketing. Let's quickly go through the most important functionality of the product. So we can manage your devices. We can enroll Android, Windows Phone, Blackberries. We can also use the ability of the solution to manage Windows PCs and OS X devices of Apple. We can gain complete visibility of the devices, security, and network. We can also enforce and compliance in real time and automated actions. We can use centralized deployment of applications. We can also use already marketplaces which are available on the web, for example, Google Play or Apple App Store, and for example, blacklist or whitelist certain applications which we require or which we don't. We can also administer app volume purchases. This means if we need to buy certain application, we can just do it using that tool and then distribute it through our corporate network. Another great feature is that we can control our expenses. So this means you can get real-time reports about data usage which you are having. You can also restrict or limit data and voice roaming, so it will not make more cost for your company. And also you can see various reports about that. Another feature suite in the product is that we can, of course, secure mail, which is the most important thing, I think. And what you can do, you can bring your email into the safe container provided by the service. So you can encrypt, this container is encrypted and secured, so you can enforce authentication, you can restrict copying and pasting, forwarding, etc., etc. You can also get secure browser. Why this is important? Because you sometimes have in-house developed applications where security is not always in the highest level, so you can wrap it with built-in tools and put it in our secure container, so you can get a secure application which can access your enterprise resources without using actually VPN. Another thing interesting that you can restrict URL. Web access by URL filters. This means you can, for example, restrict your employees to get to the entertainment sites or certain social networks or whatever you want. You can also restrict cookies, downloads, copy and paste features, so to stay secure, that no one gets, for example, from your ARP system any screenshots or printing without your permission. And application security, as I already mentioned, you can take your in-house or developed software and wrap it in using a built-in wrapper or software develop kit. And that's why you can also enforce authentication and copy and paste restrictions and prevent from access from prevent access for people who don't need to do that. Sorry. What more? We have mobile content management feature. This means you can link your secure content software to one of the resources which you have in place in your corporation, for example, SharePoint or any sort of like Box or Google Drive, so you can also there enforce authentication to these resources. Also, you can copy and paste restrictions you can make in place, and etc. You can also have a secure editor, which basically also works in secure container. You can securely edit your documents. Another cool feature is that you can synchronize your documents across multiple devices which you are having. For example, if you are having a mobile device, phone like or a tablet device, so you can synchronize documents across those devices, and even and this synchronization go to the cloud. And even if you lose one of the devices, you can remotely wipe the device, and then when you buy a new one, you can just synchronize back your files, and so you always stay up to date. Here is the optional feature for our product, which allows you to securely connect to the enterprise resources without actually having that VPN software or connections set up on your device. Yeah, so for this feature, we use secure browser. We can use documents for enterprise applications, for example, applications who are generating reports from your internal financial systems, for example. Here is an overview of how MAS 360 logically looks like. Yeah, on the left side you can see there is a devices, multiple device support. This means smartphone and tablet support. If you want, we can also manage desktops. We support Apple, Android, Windows phones, Blackberries, etc. On the left side also you have your content, emails, apps, and web. This all communicates with the central management portal through MAS agent, which you install on your device. So in this central management solution you can either buy in the cloud, or you can also build your on-prem solution. So you just need to have certain infrastructure in place then, and then of course it's more costly. But in the case of the cloud, you have basically unlimited scalability. This means from technical perspective, this means you can even manage up to 100,000 devices. Yeah. So on this management platform, you manage all the previously mentioned functions. And here you see in the left side, it is the enterprise environment, and then there is a small one, small feature called MAS Cloud Extender. This is another cool feature. With this feature, you can, for example, use or in place already existing user management databases like Active Directory and its groups, and use it for the user management in a MAS portal. Here is a short video just to show you how fast you can start working in the cloud solution and enroll device. This is a 3-minute video, so I understand that we have sound, yeah, right? No.
MAS 360 is a complete enterprise mobility management platform that lets you securely manage all your mobile devices, apps, and documents. After starting your free trial, you get instant access to MAS 360, which is automatically set up for most device types. There's a separate workflow for iOS because you need an APNS certificate from Apple to enroll your iPhones and iPads. MAS 360 walks you through the whole process. It's easy to send an enrollment request to a device. Later, you can specify enrollment options, including your end user's corporate credentials, two-factor authentication, and a simple passcode. You can also send an alert to the administrator whenever MAS 360 detects a new device. Future enrollment requests will have these options. This is what users will see when they access the web page. A few taps later, MAS 360 is installed on their devices and is sending information back to the portal. When the user accepts, you'll start seeing data about the device. Your homepage delivers an interactive dashboard of the important things in your mobile environment. You can search for a device, user, app, or document. You can take immediate action by clicking the appropriate link. You can quickly see how many devices, users, apps, and documents you're managing. It's easy to load an app into your app catalog. You can access a list of your devices from the homepage too. Details about a device are just a click away. The data in the device views is updated in real time. Actions give you the control you need to manage your devices. You can find the device, lock it, reset the passcode, perform a selective wipe, and more. My Alert Center highlights important information and potential problems. Policies determine what MAS 360 monitors. You can customize them to reflect your organization's security requirements. Let's start by making passcodes required. MAS 360 gives you plenty of passcode options to fully support your corporate security policies or industry requirements. You can restrict the different features that appear on devices too. Now you can add compliance rules. MAS 360 uses these rules to take action automatically when a device falls out of compliance. For example, I can set a rule to perform a selective wipe on a jailbroken or rooted device 12 hours after sending the device a warning. This is only the beginning of what you can do with MAS 360. Start your free trial today.
As mentioned in the video, you can enforce certain actions. For example, if the device is jailbroken or rooted, or not having the minimum OS requirement, or user changed the SIM card, or so you can have all these options to build those automated rules. For example, the warn administrator of if the device falls out of compliance, and automatically do something if the user is not reacting to the uncompliance. One of the cool features also is that we can build policies based on locations. I mean physical locations or based on SSID of the network. This means that we can basically specify a location or address, and for example build a policy when we can access our corporate resources only 1 kilometer around our office. If the device goes out of that radius, then automatically your device just switch to another policy which will restrict access to corporate data, and etc. You can also do the time-based policies. For example, you want your employees to access certain information only in certain times of day or days of the week. Another good thing is that we have a self-service portal, which means that the users can log in into the portal, and for example, one of the things that they can do is set their passcode. So users tend to forget their passwords. They can lock device. For example, if they think that they have lost it, they can wipe it or do other actions if they know that the device has been stolen. They also can view their hardware information and look their compliance status. Look at their compliance status. And for administrators, there is a really cool and a wide variety of available dashboards and statistics about events currently happening in your environment. So you can scale down to the event and then take certain actions if needed. So several industry analysts have recognized our solution as the leader especially Gartner, 4 years in a row. We are the Magic Quadrant leader section. Also on the Forrester's latest enterprise mobility management assessment, we are in the highest position. So that's it. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will try to answer.
For a small company starting with 5-15 people, is it usable?
Yeah, I think no problem, because as in a cloud solutions, you have absolutely no problem to start small. You can even start with five users, and then you can scale up, add services. You can start small, for example, with management plus suite, just to manage your emails and secure your documents, and then go up, raise your user count, and then add additional services as you want. And then when you pay, when you add your additional users or devices. So no problem at all. Of course, with on-prem solutions, different story, because it relates to pretty big investments in hardware.
Any other questions? Well, thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time, Raivo. It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for all the information.